the X guard, and we're gonna have a few different options along the way, right? So, Chris, what do you do? So our first little flow, we're gonna start, with our Shin-to-shin. So you can get this, any of the ways we've talked about getting it this week. Another way, I'll step back for me. You can end up in this Ashi position is if they come arms first, trying to like grab through your feet. I grab him and I pull him down. And then when he postures back up to break those grips, I slide in and I get back to my Shin-to-shin, right? So it's another option to get back to this spot, right? And once I get here, again, I'm leaning and I'm catching, getting to my Ashi, catching this, but I'm gonna come up right away to my knees. This gets his foot off of the floor, right? So we have different attacks here. If you can do heel hooks, my head goes to the floor, I grab his heel, I pull this in, and I land right into my finish. If you can't do heel hooks in competition, then we're shooting this in, I'm making this turn, and I'm hitting this straight ankle, right? From here, I'm gonna rewind, and I'm gonna go right into my, my position for my inside passing, and look to come in and pass the guard, right? So this is another option off that Ashi. If I can't attack legs or I don't feel comfortable there, I can use it to pass, right? So we're here. Ashi, dump, come up, got the heel hook, got the straight ankle, and then I come in, get my guard pass, right? You can throw in that Darce if you want to there, but at least get through those other options, get that far to start with, right? Need to see it again? Yep, one more. All right, so we're here. Ashi, up, heel hook, straight ankle, into my guard pass. Right? So, stand up for me. If you want to work just guard passing, like if you want to just bypass the legs altogether, you can also get a rep of getting to this Ashi. As he's falling, I just pull my foot underneath and I come up right into my guard pass. Right? So you can also play with that too. If you want to just bypass legs, get some reps of the legs just so you have it in your repertoire. But if it's, in a position, maybe it's tournament or whatever, you just don't feel comfortable attacking legs, I can also just use it to sweep and pass right away. All right, let's do it. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna immediately come up. So we're here again. I make that Shin-to-shin, go staggered stance for me. Right, so he's in this staggered stance. Keep working this, right? If they square up to you at any point, they give it to you. I want you working on making sure your pressure is good where they have to make this step. Get them here, right? And then we're sitting back. I'm coming up, I'm passing, I'm pulling this knee in as I slide up. If he stays here, my foot is coming over the top. I'm rolling, chopping behind his knee, grabbing his foot, catching, and we're going to the back. Full ninja roll. All right, so we'll do the ninja roll again. So we're here, I'm pulling and catching, sitting down, I come up, I slide back. Make sure you're sliding up with this. I want my hips all the way up high, so I'm here. All right, if he lets me pull his knee all the way in, my foot's gonna block it so it can't take it back. Right, now I reach and get off my elbow and I start to roll. This leg's gonna chop right behind his knee and I grab his toes. This hand grabs his shoulder. We take the back. Right? If when I pull on his knee, he's like, nope, this ain't happening, and he pulls it back. Right, now I'm coming under. Right, as I come under, I'm throwing this leg on top. So I go on top and I go under. Right, Now I'm driving across. So I'm here. This is a position we call Hell's Gate. All right, I'm here. I'm gonna wrap up this bottom leg with a straight ankle grip. I grab his big toe, and I'm gonna pull this leg across to here. Now we're in a position we call game over. And I have an ankle lock, I have a hip lock, and we can finish there. Do that one again. So we're here, steps, catches, to come up, he squares up, over, under, Hell's Gate. Wrap this up, grab that big toe, pulling this across, coming back. So I'm here. I bend this in. We got an Aoki lock, and we have the Nancy Kerrigan. All right. So first work the ninja roll. Get that one. If you've got the ninja roll down, play with, go entering the Hell's Gate situation. All right. So let's play with it. 3, 2, 1. So now we have both of these little pathways. They at least give you some options as you're playing with this and getting to these spots. The reason why, like in both of these situations, we're coming up is I don't want people getting lazy, and when you sweep, you just stay flat on your back and just start trying to attack their legs. Get gravity on your side. Like even your leg attacks are going to be more devastating if you have gravity on your side. Yeah, and the worst thing that's going to happen if you come up is you're gonna miss the legs and you're gonna pass. So, whereas if I'm on my back scrambling for legs and they clear their knee line and get out, now it's a scramble to see who gets on top. And now I went from a position where I could have had a pass to now I'm on the bottom. So, and now I'm having to fight again, and get back to all of my stuff. So I already got the sweep. I'm going to take the gravitational advantage. I'm going to come up, and then I'm going to start looking for my entries, right? In both of these situations, we ended up back attacking the legs, right? If you were here for the outside guard passing, when I get to that twister side, I can also hit that wind up to the grip popper, to the back, like we were doing before. Right, on that Ashi, when I come up and I pass, I showed you can reach and go to that can crusher darts. Like all the stuff we've been working on all works together, right? So you can put all of those things together and turn that into a system as well. But I wanted to kind of work this and put several things together as a pathway to kind of play with that, kind of show like, once we hit the sweeps and we do these things, like we got to keep moving, right? We got to keep attacking and either passing or looking for subs or whatever we're doing. Keep the pressure on the opponent, right? The moment you get to a spot, and you stop because you hesitated and you're not sure where to go next, they're going to start moving, right? If I can keep everything moving all the way through, like it's really hard for them to get back in front of me, right? Like they're on defense, I want to keep them on defense. I keep them on defense by not stopping, right? So if I can put chain move after move after move after move together, all they can do is keep defending, right? They have to find a way to turn the tables and get back ahead of me, and that's going to be hard to do while they're constantly playing defense. But the moment I stop and I hesitate and I think about what I can do, unless I'm in a position where I can take my time. Like if you're in Hell's Gate, you can take your time. I don't have to speed things up there. Once I pop up to my knees from that Ashi sweep and I'm there, I can slow things down. Like I don't have to go fast anymore because I have so much control. But up until that point, everything is just moving seamlessly. And the more I can do that, the faster you're going to get through the sequence, and the faster you're going to get to the kill or to a position where you can kill. So when you see guys hit fast subs in competition, it's because they can chain these things together. And I've seen people finish rear naked chokes, take the person down, pass their guard, take their back, finish the choke in less than 30 seconds, right? Like So, so it's one of those things when you can chain things together, you keep the other person, on defense the whole time, and you just keep moving in the direction towards your finish, right? So this is why, I wanted to kind of put this together in a sequence for you so you could start trying to feel that and put that together and make it flow more, right? If we always just train techniques in isolation and we don't start putting them together with things, and you don't learn how to just move from one thing to the next, right? The reason why when we come up from X, we're going to twister side is the same reason why when we get to our knee slice pass, we don't fully pass until we have head and arm control, right? When I come up and I pass the twister side, it's because I'm passing just the hips. So I don't have any upper body control. So I'm doing the twister pass into that position, and then I'm scooting up to get my head and arm control with my body, right? Because I know he's going to frame me with his arms, but I'm pretty sure my entire body can beat those arms. So I just keep pushing myself up, and I just keep, until I can smash those down and get in position. Now I have head and arm control again. It's not with my arms this time, it's with my body. I'm sitting on the shoulders, smashing their face with my ribs. Now they have to figure out what they got to do to get, positioning back. And the only thing they can do, if I'm pinning them correctly, is move their legs, right? So as they move their legs, we either get the ninja roll or we get to Hell's Gate, right? Or I can go to mount. Those options all show up. If they start trying to use their arms, they're going to give you the wind up to the grape popper, or they're going to feed that arm through and you have a Kimura. So like no matter what they start to do, you should be in a good spot as long as my positioning on my twister side is correct. If I'm too low, now they're framing with both arms, now they're getting back to their guard. Now I've got to do something else. Now I got to come up past their guard again, and start getting to better control. So make sure when you first make that pass, we're not settling just for being past the guard. I want to slide up and I want to smash their head and their shoulder to pin them to the mat, right? I want to take away their ability to move their whole body and give them only basically the option to move their outside arm, which gives me either the wind up or the Kimura, or their legs, which gives me the ninja roll, or hop into Hell's Gate, or going to the mount, right? So all of their options become bad. Right? Like that's the whole point of everything we're doing, is the moment I get them off balance, I don't want them to get their balance back until I get to a position where I can either finish or pass. Once I pass, I want to put them in a position where the only way that they can get positioning back is to feed me something, right? So that's the whole point of what we're doing. Same as when we knee slice pass, I'm coming underneath that near side elbow and shelving it. So that as they're fighting to get that back, they feed me darces, they feed me the mount position with the underhook. Like all of that becomes available because I'm controlling them properly, right? Don't just settle for passing the guard and letting them have their frames. If they have their frames, you really don't have side control. You're now fighting frames. Right? I don't want to be fighting frames. I want to be controlling and smashing and making them move, right? So, so now we're trying to get to these positions, and find our way back on top to get to that, gravitational, advantage, right? Like playing off your back is great, and there's all kinds of subs and things you can do from your back, but you don't have gravity on your side, right? The moment I get on top, I have gravity on my side. So now all of my subs, all of my controls, everything is much worse for the person, because now it's my weight on top of them. So it makes everything tighter, makes it more devastating, all of that. So if I can get on top and utilize that positioning to finish and to control, it's going to be much better, right? So don't always settle just for being lazy and staying flat on your back and trying to finish from there, right? And everybody goes through it and everybody does it, but start looking to use this advantage to come up. Anytime I hit a really good sweep, against a standing opponent, and I put them on their butt, I have the opportunity to come up right then and pass their guard, right? If you want to attack legs, that's fine, but don't forget I have that advantage of I can now get on top and use my weight distribution to start smashing and controlling, right? Cool. Bye.